Hello and welcome to the Watering Hole. Thanks for checking out this clip. Don't forget to like and subscribe because that'll make the baby Jesus cry, and I know how much you guys love making the baby Jesus cry. Okay, so starting off with the news. Cirrus, you know 1 million moms, right?
I don't know 1 million of them, but
Well,
I mean,
they
with
have
enough
they
drinks,
have
maybe I can know them better.
they have about 4,000 followers on social media.
Yeah, that sounds like not
So
a million.
it's a little bit off, couple orders of magnitude off. They have a petition together telling us that oh no, that's what even is that? Why are you there? Yeah, no, they have a petition put together telling us to not go see Wicked because not only does it include witchcraft, which we all knew about and it was already evil because of that,
It's Wizards of fucking
but
Oz.
there's also LGBTQ content. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and sign up for their petition. Viced Rhino. Email address news@vicedrhino.com. Zip postal code.
Also,
God damn
Nini
it, I'm gonna have to...
CO, thank you very much for the follow. And Nivek the Fem Boy, thank you for redeeming your points for an owl.
I have to look up my post. Someone on Twitch do exclamation part PO box, I think is what it is. Can I do that? Does that do it?
Maybe.
Because I don't know what my postal code is. L2A5N1. There we go. Oh, no. Oh, well, yeah. No, they take Canadians as well. L2A... What did I say? 5N1? Sure. Please add me to the mailing list so I can hear more about this stuff. So I'm going to sign up. Sign their little petition. Thank you for your participation. Now I refresh it. And we're at 13,538! Yay! I helped!
You helped?
I helped.
Mark?
Question mark? Yeah. Oh, we're at 5409. Somebody donated some money. Thank you for that.
You're a gay wizard, Harry. Dumbledore said calmly. Oh, sorry, you said Dumbledore said calmly. Sorry. You're a gay wizard, Harry. Sorry, we have to do it the exact
that's
way.
the Michael Gambon Dumbledore, I could tell. I like Michael Gambon. I did not like his Dumbledore. And apparently...
Nini So just subscribed. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you for subbing with Prime. Also, if any of you are planning on donoing money, then maybe go ahead and somebody just tried sending me a Discord call. If you are also planning on sending money to my stream, maybe instead, temporarily for the time being, send money over to Project Share. There is a link right there. If there's a mod in my chat, please pin that link.
Yeah. Project Share needs some money. Yeah, so first thing I noticed about this article, and I absolutely love it, is they use this promotional image from the movie. They just slap their logo on it in the corner. And yeah, they write at the bottom, their own text, Universal Pictures is attempting to desensitize audiences. But like, I didn't read the text at first. I just saw the image and was like, oh, Wicked. Yeah, that's right. I have to go see that. Because I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, I just think it's hilarious that, like, if you're not looking too closely, it looks like a promotion for Wicked. Because it's just a cute little image.
It looks fine.
Yeah.
Is it that the girls held hands and therefore it's the evil?
Well, here's the thing. The LGBTQ stuff is only ever hinted at in the movie, I guess. Even according to them later on in the article. But they needed an image to use, and the closest they could come was two women holding hands and looking at each other as though they care about each other. Because, you know, straight women never do that.
You know, it's kind of funny. The more we get angry at homosexuality, the more easy it is for people to get emotionally closed off from one another, even when they're straight. Because when you start demonizing things like holding hands, hugging, shit like that for, certain periods of time, you end up causing people to become touch starved. We actually have some science to back this shit up. Homophobia actually is one of the things that's responsible for toxic masculinity, preventing men from communicating with one another in any other emotion besides anger. It's weird. So yeah, no, maybe this is all just bullshit.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Anyway, yeah. So let's read through. It's hilarious the way they word this thing. Alerting all
Okay.
parents. 1 million moms needs your help to make sure as many people as possible are aware of Universal Pictures pushing the LGBTQ agenda on families, particularly children, in the musical Wicked. So I saw the stage play recently. I don't remember there being anything terribly gay about it. So maybe they've added some, because I haven't seen the movie, so I can't really say much to that. So of course the musical contains a tremendous amount of witchcraft and sorcery, because it's about a fucking wicked witch. And that content prompts most parents to avoid taking their children to see Wicked. $500 million over the last couple weeks disagrees with that.
Yeah. Remember, if 1 million moms don't see it, then they'll make less money, right?
I mean, the Wicked has made 500 times as much money as they have moms, if you believe their claim. And it only gets worse when you look at how many moms they actually have backing them up.
Hmm. Yeah, not enough.
Yeah. Okay. But the film shows not so discreet cross-dressing. Would discreet cross-dressing have been okay to them?
I don't think that it would have been okay to them because
What?
they would have found a way to make that bad too.
Yeah, so it's got not so subtle cross-dressing. Where were we? I'm sorry. The thing the add-on that I use for highlighting has broken, and I didn't feel like figuring out how to fix it or finding a new add-on tonight, so I'm kind of winging it. So not so discreet cross-dressing and men crushing on men, which parents may not expect. You're like, okay, I don't understand. Like, I don't get why that would be a big deal. Like, do you think that just seeing not even a gay couple, but just a guy showing hints that he is attracted to another guy, do you think that is going to have an impact on your child's sexuality?
Yes.
Like, can you change your sexuality just because you saw someone else have a moment?
Yes. I watched a guy with a girl and it made me straight. You don't understand. Wait,
Like,
hold on. That's not how that works.
that's not how sexuality works. And like, I get that they kind of think that it does, because like it's supposed to be the social contagion that if you didn't know that it was okay to have sex with men or whatever, then you would never even think to be attracted to a man. And now that you know it, you're attracted. It's like, no. If just being aware that the attraction is okay makes you suddenly attracted, then I got news for you about your sexuality.
You were attracted the whole time.
Yeah.
Like if you it's a thing that I learned a long time ago. There's a thing that we're taught, right? Not so much taught, but we're just kind of like an unspoken rule where vaginas are feminine, penises are masculine. That's just a thing. And
Kristen's
so
365 says men crushing on men, more weight. It's were they bears in the movie?
more weight.
Apparently Rhino needs a big foam cowboy hat. You know what? I haven't checked the P.O. box in a while, so there might be something there. I don't know. People usually send, like, I usually get one or two people send me a thing at Christmas time. So there's probably is something in the P.O. box. I probably should go check it at some point. There have been a couple times where the post office has actually called me and been like, hey, we've had this package sitting here for you for like 2 months. Are you going to come and get it? Oh, they were all on strike. So I wouldn't have been able to check the P.O. box until like today.
Yeah.
It says, unfortunately, the film adapts the musical into a 2-part movie, so there is more to come. I mean, from all the people that I've heard that have gone to see it, it's actually a good thing that they've turned it into, and they're looking forward to the second one. They really did a good job with the first one.
Because they don't want something that feels like it's paced like the Mario movie was, which, as much as I enjoyed that movie, wanted you to be out of the theater as fast as humanly possible.
I took a 5-year-old to see that movie, and I can confirm that wanting out of the theater as soon as possible was a mutual feeling. She has gotten better at watching movies recently, but at the time, the screen could only hold her attention for so long, and then it's like, oh, no, I'm done. Like, she just didn't follow the plot lines. And so eventually people are doing stuff and saying things that don't make sense to me because I wasn't really paying attention earlier, so I'm bored, so I'm gonna run up and down the aisles.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It was fun. She sat through Moana 2. That was good. She made it through that. I think she's starting to actually like process what's going on and realize that there are stories happening.
That's at least something.
Mm-hmm. So instead of an uplifting Broadway musical about friendship and family, no, it's still that. Talents and resources were used to create a dark movie that also pushes wokeness.
Did you know that there can be movies and films and media that are very dark and also push friendship? That's the entire concept of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's literally a
Fucking
story
Saving
about
Private Ryan.
Yeah, like these are dark stories. Saving Private Ryan is about murder and the Nazis. And yet
friendship.
It is also a story about friendship. Fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Is about occultism and magic and demon spawn. And it's mostly a story about friendship. Like that.
Fast and the
These
Furious
are not
is all
mutually
about
exclusive.
family, and it's
family. It's all about family.
And it's so serious and dark. That's why they take their cars to outer space.
It's just about family.
Speaking of dark.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did my oh yeah, there we are. I had it open already. So yeah, instead of an uplifting Broadway musical about friendship and family, talents and resources were used to create a dark movie that also pushes wokeness. Okay, like wokeness is just like treat everybody like human beings essentially when you break it down.
Wokeness is anything I don't like.
So like yeah, true for them. Universal Pictures has traded its usual subtlety for intentionality. Would we say that they're usually subtle?
I don't think most movies have been very subtle in general lately. There's been a very high amount of explain it out for the audience in the last 10 years.
Also, like, this is Universal Pictures we're talking about. Like, it's just a production company. They don't like.
Yeah.
When I think of Universal Pictures, I can't think of a type of movie that is a Universal Pictures movie because they do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, they're just like Paramount, and I
Yeah,
mean now
like,
Disney, because there's no such thing as just.
Yeah, so Disney used to be like the family-friendly child movies and stuff, but like that started ending in the 90s.
Yeah, they now they've acquired so many other properties that that's not the case anymore.
Yeah, like you get to like when it comes to production companies, like they don't have a brand, and like maybe they used to in the past, but they're not really anymore. So yeah, no, when I think of a Universal Pictures movie, I think of a myriad of movies that start with the world logo thingy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Universal Pictures traded its usual subtlety that can be found in basically any movie that they think will make them money. Unfortunately, the film adapts the musical in a 2-part movie. Oh no, I already read that.
Yeah, the thing that people are actually happy about.
So the stars of the film Wicked Part 1 have recently hinted that there will be more LGBTQ content in Wicked Part 2, scheduled for release on November 21st, 2025, just in time for next year's. Is this a fucking advertisement for it?
It's.
I feel like, okay.
There's gonna be more the gay.
Are 1 million moms just like low-key an advertising firm?
I mean, that's what they're effectively doing here. They're making more people want to watch them.
Because like you know when you're like watching YouTube videos that are like reviews of stuff, you can kind of tell the ones that have been paid to review it versus the ones that like you watch people go into Disney World and talk about their experience there. There's some people that go to Disney World and it's like, yeah, I went on this roller coaster, the space one, I think. And then you get the ones that have been paid for it and it's like, yes, I went over to Space Mountain. And they use the full proper title for the name that nobody ever actually calls it. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Like I've used a bad example because it is just Space Mountain, but like,
it's the difference
oh,
between somebody
Tower of
going.
Terror. I went on the Tower of Terror. Someone said I went on the Tower of Terror. Someone else goes and is like, yes, I went to the Hollywood Tower Hotel experience.
Or they'll do the whole like, hey guys, we're about to go on the Tower of Terror, and then somebody goes, hey guys, we're about to go on this massive experience right here, and this is crazy, yo. This is crazy. Look at what we're gonna be doing, guys.
Yeah.
This is great. They start going through that streamer shit.
Yeah, but like what I was getting at was more the terminology where like if it's been paid for, they tell you like, oh, you have to say its name, its proper name this many times or whatever.
Yeah, you can't say a truncated version
Yeah.
of it.
So like instead of just saying Wicked Part 2 coming out next year, they say Wicked Part 2 scheduled for release on November 21st, 2025, just in time for the holidays.
Like there was some media personality that made sure that that would be the exact way that was worded.
Yes, exactly. Like that. This is what it seems like, is that like, this isn't an organic, we hate this thing. This is we are low key an advertising firm looking to drum up controversy just to get people talking about it like we are now.
Yeah, it's fair.
So 4 of the
That's
films.
fair.
Sorry.
No, you go on. I was gonna say the way it sounds to me is a lot closer to. I guess in my brain, it's mostly just being poisoned by being on YouTube and Twitch. It's the difference between this was sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Let's talk about Raid Shadow Legends, like this amazing brand new game with the super amazing high end visuals that you wouldn't expect on a phone game. And then you actually talk about the game itself, and it's very hard to say anything other than it's a gacha game that has.
If you buy the loot crates, you might advance.
Maybe, possibly.
Yeah. So yeah, 4 of the film's main characters are openly queer or gay in real life. Okay, it's not that would
Who
be not be
cares about that? They're actors.
Okay, but I love the way they're wording it though. It's like 4 of the film's main characters are LGBTQ in real life. It's like, no, 4 of the actors who play characters in the film are LGBTQ in real life. It's like, that's not the character that is LGBTQ. That's the person playing them. Like, ask queer people anytime you like. There have been plenty of straights that have played them on TV. And not for lack of queer actors.
It's just a really dumb way of wording things.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't make any fucking sense.
Okay, so, and it gets worse though. So 4 of them are openly queer or gay in real life, or at the minimum, these actors have spoken about their queer experiences. So like, either they are queer or gay, or have spoken about a queer experience they had once. Like that's such a broad net, and they only caught 4 of them?
Yeah.
In actors?
You would expect there to be a higher queer representation in anything where the arts are concerned.
Like,
or at least openly out, rather.
I have, as a straight presenting man, I have been in the audience of certain productions and watched the dances that they have choreographed and everything, and was like, I don't know that I could concentrate on the dance if I was one of the performers, because like, I got my hand on this really attractive lady's bum or whatever, and like, that would distract me. And then as this is when I thought I was straight, and I'm a young man full of hormones and everything, and as I'm aging, I've come to realize that like, no, a lot of those guys just aren't interested in that at all. Like a lot of them, the proportion is very high. So the fact that they could only find 4 is...
Yeah, fair. That is entirely fair.
Nova Saber's pointing out the character is gay in real life would be a reasonable thing to say about a movie based on real people, but this is
not an entirely fictional
not
universe.
One about the green-skinned witch lady.
Jesus.
And her Jeff Goldblum daddy. Sorry, spoilers for part 2.
Oh, it's Jeff Goldblum? Okay.
Have you not seen the stage play either?
I
Yeah, so
so
I
I
just
never
spoiled the
actually got to
twist that
watch.
they make incredibly obvious right from the get-go.
Yeah, I never got to see the stage play, but I did listen to all the music from the stage play, so I know the story of the stage play from the music.
Okay. I mean, you get most of it there.
Yeah.
But yeah. So four of the films making. Nope, I already read that. I need my highlighter tool back. Damn it! It's gonna be so rough tonight. That's what she said.
Jesus Christ.
As such, the queer representation and visibility in Wicked Part One were important to them. Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
fine.
that's
As like,
it's
I wonder if they would. I wonder if they have an article. So, like they delete their articles after a while, so you can't really get the history um very very reliably. That's another hat. Thank you for the hat, Dragon Spartan 90. But I wonder if they would have had a similar meltdown about Lord of the Rings when it came out. Um,
I
I mean,
am no
yeah,
man.
well, no, not that. Like, there's witchcraft in Lord of the Rings or whatever, but like, Tolkien was a very devout Catholic.
Hmm.
He was a Christian. He was not progressive in the slightest. Um, but he also like he wrote themes into his books that were kind of universally applicable, and there's a lot of homoeroticism that like is read into it later that like he would explain was like the norm, like Frodo and Sam's relationship, apparently that was more normal for straight men to like have that kind of relationship with their manservant. And I almost made a joke about this but decided not to, but like you can actually go back and look at pictures from like the late 1800s early 1900s of men that were just friends with each other, and they were like cuddling with each other and everything, like in a way that if we saw that today we'd be like, oh, that's a cute gay couple. But they're not, they're just friends. And that's like that's what you were saying with how it's kind of contributing to a social isolation, is that like we can't be close with other, like men can't be close with other men because that's too gay. Women can't be close with other women because they might be
Because
seen
it's
as
too
lesbians or whatever.
gay.
Yeah. So like back then that sort of thing was not necessarily homosexual, but that certainly has been read into the text now. And Tolkien was on record saying that like he was against the idea that the author is imposing meaning on the text. People should be able to get whatever meaning is important to them out of the text, and whatever meaning they can find there, that's a valid meaning for them. So I'm not sure how he would feel about people applying that to a homosexual relationship between Frodo and Sam, because he probably would not have been pro LGBTQ, if we're honest.
Hmm.
Um, but in the movies, they play it down a lot. Like it's way more obvious in the books. But there are a few spots where, like, when Frodo wakes up in Rivendell, Sam runs in and grabs his hand. And if you listen to the actor commentary on that, Ian McKellen, who, if somehow you don't know this, he's gay, he actually like coached them on how important just something little like grabbing the hand, and like how like don't just hold his hand, like actually like kind of rub it and massage it, because like that is like if you're in the closet or whatever, that's a socially acceptable form of affection that is not necessarily going to set up red flags for people that are homophobic, but it's still important to you. And so like he was like actually coaching them how to play that scene as a closeted gay couple basically. And so like I'm wondering if they would have had a an article about that. Like if McKellen had never come, yeah, had never gone on the record about that, and you know, like let's be real, they're not watching all the DVD extras to find all that stuff. So I don't know. That's just a thought, because like
Like we read the subtext in there because the director literally said, "This is the subtext I want you to use."
yeah. But so my point in going off on that tangent was that they say as such the queer representation and visibility in Wicked Part One were important to them. Yeah. So like Frodo and Sam holding hands in a particular way was important to Ian McKellen as a gay man. And I imagine it was important to other gay men that saw that as representation for them, even if it's not explicitly a gay couple. Because representation is important. So, like, that's important as well. So, would they have had a problem with that? Even though it was pretty explicitly heterosexual by the end. Like Sam married a woman and had the babies, and Frodo went off into the West. Yeah. So yeah, representation is important, and they're boycotting it because it has representation, because they want people to not feel seen or validated because they're pieces of shit.
If people see gay people, that means they'll think gay people are okay, which is bad.
I mean, to be fair, as when I was a bigoted Christian, it was a lot harder for me to be bigoted against LGBTQ people when I was working with them every day in the restaurants and I knew that they're just normal people. It's like,
Yeah.
you know what? I've never met this guy's boyfriend. I don't know what he gets up to in the bedroom, and I don't actually care all that much. He's just a person that I work with. And he's fine. We get along. So it's just one of those, like exposure really does lessen the bigotry. That's all it does. Like, it doesn't, exposing people to LGBTQ stuff is not going to turn your kids LGBTQ. It's just going to make them not
realize
bigots.
it's okay.
It's just going to make them not bigots. And I guess they're afraid of that as well, because they want to raise bigots. Ooh, we're at 5666. We got the funny devil number. All right, who did that? Who did the 666? Someone donated $111 anonymously and did not leave a comment. You got us to 666 and you didn't leave a comment. God damn.
Look, they're just happy.
They're just happy to do the funny devil number. I appreciate that. Yeah, so obviously this part of the movie is a nod to inclusivity, along with blatant attempt by Universal to normalize same-sex crushes. Good.
It's nothing wrong with that. Like, who cares if you have a crush on somebody who's the same sex? Who cares?
Literally nobody, except maybe the person you have a crush on. So please share this with your... Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I already signed your petition, and I signed up for your address list, because sometimes I forget they exist, and then I find something like this, and I'm like, oh yeah, they're hilarious.